The mother sits in a car with her baby, unaware that in the next moments, her life will be shattered. A hail of bullets rains down in broad daylight. Neighbors watch in horror. The community mourns. This is not fiction. This is the real story of Gabryel Ayers, a 26-year-old mother whose life was cut short in one of Chicago's most brutal shootings of 2026. Stay with us as we uncover the facts, the investigation, and the lessons her tragedy teaches us about violence, loss, and the fragile nature of life in today's world. This documentary contains real-life events and discusses violent crimes. Viewer discretion is advised. All information presented is based on verified reports and official sources. Loudspeakers subscribe to World Crime Watch to stay informed about real stories, investigations, and updates on crime worldwide. Here's how one ordinary day turned into a tragedy that shocked a community. On the afternoon of February 4th, 2026, the streets of Auburn Gresham appeared like any other winter day in Chicago. Residents went about their routines, children returned from school, and traffic flowed along South May Street, one of the neighborhood's main thoroughfares. At approximately 1:25 p.m., a vehicle carrying 26-year-old Gabryel Ayers, her partner, and her 1-year-old daughter was parked near the curb. Nothing indicated that the ordinary afternoon would soon turn deadly. According to police reports, 3 gunmen approached the vehicle from different angles. Surveillance footage and eyewitness accounts later confirmed that the attackers opened fire with high-powered firearms, discharging more than 50 rounds in rapid succession. The ferocity and precision of the shooting left no time for Gabryel, her partner, or anyone nearby to react. Gabryel was struck multiple times. Her partner, seated beside her, also sustained gunshot wounds, but survived with non-fatal injuries. Remarkably, her young daughter, seated in the back, escaped unharmed, a detail that would become a poignant focus for the community's grief and relief. The child's survival underscored both the tragedy and the randomness of such violent acts. The vehicle, destabilized by the barrage of bullets, collided with a nearby van immediately after the shooting. The driver of that van reportedly declined medical treatment, but the crash added another layer of chaos to an already horrifying scene. Neighbors ran to assist, some dialing 911, others attempting to shield or comfort the family. First responders arrived within minutes, providing emergency care and securing the area for investigators. Police confirmed that Gabryel Ayers was pronounced dead at the scene. Her partner was transported to a nearby hospital, where he received treatment for multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators noted the precision and volume of fire, suggesting a planned and targeted attack rather than a spontaneous act. Community members described the scene as one of shock and disbelief. "It's unreal. You see it on the news, but when it happens right outside your window, it's something else," said one neighbor. Others expressed anger at the level of violence, particularly given that a small child was present. Vigils and memorials quickly followed in the days after, as residents struggled to process the loss and advocate for justice. The Chicago Police Department immediately launched an investigation. Detectives canvassed the neighborhood for witnesses, reviewed surveillance footage from nearby businesses, and followed leads on possible suspects. A reward of $10,000 was offered for
on this Thursday morning. I'm Patrick Elwood.
And I'm Dina Bair. Thank you for joining us. WGN's Angelica Sanchez is live in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood with the latest on the investigation. Angelica?
Pat and Dina, nothing short of a miracle is how the baby's condition is being described, as those that were on the scene tell us that there were actual bullet casings found in the baby's car seat. Crime Stoppers is now offering a reward for any information that could lead to an arrest.
This shooting exemplifies the randomness and danger of urban gun violence. While Gabryel and her family were innocent bystanders, they became victims of a broader systemic problem, one in which access to firearms, social tensions, and inadequate community resources intersect with tragic consequences. By examining the timeline in detail, we gain insight not only into the events themselves, but also into the lasting impact on a community. Every shot fired, every witness traumatized, every life altered reflects the ripple effect of a single act of violence. Gabryel's death was immediate, but the aftermath, fear, grief, and urgent calls for action, would echo far beyond that February afternoon. The immediate aftermath of the shooting left the Auburn Gresham neighborhood in a state of shock. Residents described the event as both horrifying and incomprehensible. A young mother killed in broad daylight, a partner wounded, and a baby spared by sheer luck. The incident became a stark reminder of how quickly violence can alter lives and disrupt the sense of safety in a community. For Gabryel Ayers' family, the loss was devastating. Friends and relatives mourned not only her death, but also the fact that her life had been cut short at just 26 years old. Community members described her as a dedicated mother and caring individual, someone who worked hard to provide for her family. Her young daughter, only 1 year old at the time, survived physically unharmed, but was left to grow up without her mother. A tragedy that underscores the long-term emotional and social consequences of gun violence. The shooting sparked an immediate outpouring of grief and solidarity. Local residents organized vigils at the site of the incident and at nearby community centers. Candles, flowers, and handwritten messages lined the streets, reflecting both sorrow and determination. Local leaders and clergy addressed gatherings, urging residents to remain vigilant, but also to continue advocating for safer neighborhoods. Community leaders highlighted the dual nature of the tragedy. While the shooting caused heartbreak, it also galvanized residents to speak out about ongoing violence. "We can't let another life be lost like this," one local activist said during a vigil. "We must work together, watch out for one another, and demand better resources for our community." The surviving partner faced both physical and emotional recovery. Surviving a targeted shooting can leave long-lasting psychological effects, including post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Experts note that witnesses and survivors of such events, especially children, require significant support to process trauma. The fact that Gabryel's daughter was present highlights a critical concern. Even when physical injury is avoided, the psychological impact on young children exposed to extreme violence can be profound and lifelong. Beyond the immediate family, the neighborhood itself felt the ripple effects. Parents became more cautious about letting children play outside, and neighbors expressed concern for their personal safety in a community already struggling with high rates of gun violence. Businesses reported a temporary decline in foot traffic near the shooting site, reflecting the fear that can permeate an area after a public act of violence. Local authorities emphasized the importance of community cooperation in preventing future tragedies. They encouraged residents to report suspicious activity, participate in neighborhood watch programs, and engage with organizations focused on violence prevention. In interviews, police repeatedly stressed that preventing incidents like Gabryel's death requires a combination of law enforcement, community vigilance, and social intervention programs. While the community mourned, they also sought to honor Gabryel's memory. Social media pages and local news outlets highlighted her life, not just her death, celebrating her dedication as a mother and her role in the community. The tragedy became a symbol for the broader fight against gun violence in Chicago, illustrating how one individual's death can catalyze awareness and action. Finally, Gabryel's story carries a critical lesson for viewers. Violence can strike anyone, anywhere, often without warning. Awareness, preparation, and community engagement are vital tools in reducing risk. Supporting local initiatives, advocating for safer streets, and educating young people about the consequences of gun violence are practical steps communities can take to prevent similar tragedies in the future. In the wake of the shooting, the Chicago Police Department, CPD, launched a full-scale investigation into the death of Gabryel Ayers. Detectives immediately canvassed the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, interviewing
What's the
residents,
purpose of shooting at a
collecting
car when
statements
you
from
know there's a child in
eyewitnesses,
the car?
and
That
reviewing
doesn't make any
surveillance
sense.
footage from nearby homes and
It could be
businesses.
a lot of other people who's lost their life here.
The speed and intensity of the investigation reflected the severity of the crime. A young mother killed in broad daylight, leaving a community both grieving and outraged. Police confirmed that 3 suspects were involved, firing multiple rounds at the vehicle in a coordinated attack. Over 50 bullets were discharged, illustrating the planning and premeditation behind the shooting. Authorities described the incident as a targeted act of violence, though the motive remained unclear. No arrests were made in the immediate aftermath, highlighting the challenges investigators face in areas where witnesses may fear retaliation and evidence can be limited. To encourage public assistance, the CPD offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. Community members were urged to come forward with any knowledge that could help bring justice, while investigators relied on forensic evidence, ballistic analysis, and tips from local residents. Despite the complexity of the case, authorities emphasized that the truth could be uncovered through persistent investigation and community cooperation. The department also issued safety guidance for residents, urging vigilance, reporting of suspicious activity, and participation in neighborhood programs aimed at reducing crime. Gabryel's death, while tragic, serves as a wake-up call about the ongoing problem of gun violence. Each shooting is not just an individual crime. It is a reflection of systemic issues that require action. Chicago continues to battle high rates of violent crime, and her case underscores the need for better social support systems, accessible conflict resolution resources, and community engagement programs. As this documentary closes, there are several reflections and lessons for viewers. Life can change in an instant. Even ordinary moments, like sitting in a car, can be disrupted by unforeseen violence. Awareness and caution are crucial. Communities must support one another. Programs like neighborhood watches, local advocacy, and social initiatives can help prevent tragedies. Reporting and cooperation save lives. Providing information to law enforcement or supporting victims' families can help bring justice and reduce future risks. Grief can become action. Gabryel's story is painful, but it is also a catalyst for awareness and prevention. Sharing her story ensures that her life and the lessons it carries are not forgotten. The loss of Gabryel Ayers is permanent, but her story lives on as a reminder of both the fragility of life and the strength of communities determined to fight violence. Her family, neighbors, and the city continue to seek justice, and her memory serves as a call to action for everyone. To stay vigilant, to protect the vulnerable, and to work together to create safer neighborhoods. Loudspeaker, if you want to support awareness about real-life crime and violence prevention,